Let me do the dance for you guys. Ooh, ah, yeah, yeah. Ooh,
Hey!
yeah, yeah. Remember the Titans, baby.
Oh my God.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is episode 22 on the Super Deep podcast. Yes, if you guys didn't tune into last week's episode, this is the new name for the podcast. It's called the Super Deep podcast because we dive super deep, if you know what I'm saying. Without further ado, let me bring in my co-host, the one, the only, Miss Kaleo. Hello in the building. So, just like what I was saying on last week's episode, she was feeling a little bit under the weather, but she is here now. You feeling all good now, sis?
Much better, yeah.
Much better. I'm excited for this episode. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite movies. And if you guys are watching or listening, don't bash us because it may not be your favorite movie and you guys may disagree, but it's just our opinion, okay? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some would you rathers as well, some pretty hard would you rathers, and we're probably going to be taking a while answering them. And if you guys want to answer them too, go ahead and comment it down below on the YouTube video. Speaking of YouTube, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I appreciate you guys. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification button so that you don't miss any episodes, which airs every Wednesday, by the way. If you guys are on Spotify, please follow the podcast and rate the podcast out of 5 stars, please. If you do a 1 star, it's all good in the neighborhood as long as you're here to listen, and hope you guys enjoy it. So, and also
recommendations are always nice too.
Yeah, recommendations are always nice. If you guys have a topic that you guys want us to touch up on, talk on, go super deep on, let us know, and we'll definitely put it into consideration. I forgot to mention that we also are going to be talking about baby dolls. Just keep that in mind. We'll talk about that later. So, without further ado, let's get started with the show, and we're going to start with some Would You Rather. And this is a pretty hard one, because, after I read it, I'm like, bro, I don't know what I'm going to answer this question. So, would you rather know the exact time and cause of your death, or know the exact date and cause of everyone you love?
Oh.
That's tough. That is tough.
Honestly, I think I would want to know mine. And I would say that because then I would literally live every day up until that point. Like it was my last. Even though I wouldn't know, everybody that I love and appreciate and hold dear to my heart, their last day. But knowing mine would be like, okay, I have this long to know and show everyone how much I love and appreciate them. And then just try to, in that amount of time, make everything in this world a little bit better. My legacy, I guess,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no, that definitely makes sense. Because, either way, both is very scary.
Oh, yeah.
Very scary. And
yeah.
I think we would be, at least for me, I think I would be way more frantic knowing other people's death, because I'm like, oh, I don't got enough time with this person. Oh, what about that person? Wait, that person dies the next day. I don't, what I mean?
Yeah, because then you'd be spending this whole time like, oh my God, okay, I need to focus on this person because I only have this long.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, now, like this person's gone. Now I got to spend time with this. Like,
yeah.
Nah, just know your own. So that way you're like, okay, if I only have 2 years left, I'm going to make it the best 2 damn years of my life.
Yeah, for sure.
That's tough though. Oof.
I'd probably choose the same. As scary as that is, man, because like say it's tomorrow. Gosh, I can't even imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Death is always one of those things where it's like we're all so terrified of it, but like it is definitely a part of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds weird because like the fact that it's like it's lack of life, but like for me, it's our bodies are all energy. And so really we're not leaving. Our energy never leaves. It's just our meat sack, our body, our human device is just gone.
Yeah, I
But
feel that.
our energy keeps going on and surviving, like
Yeah,
in our culture, like we move on to a different stage, a different,
yeah. That's that.
I'm not necessarily afraid of it. It just sucks to lose people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's when you talk about energy, I immediately like comprehended that as our soul.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah, that was a very like deep first one to start off with. What is your guys' answers? Let me know down in the comments, or let us know down in the
Ooh,
comments.
yes.
So here is another deep one.
Uh-oh.
So, would you rather sacrifice the world for the one person that you love, or sacrifice the one person that you love to save the world?
Oh, I guess it's that whole concept of, one for the many
Yeah.
for me. I would hate to lose that one person that was my person
Hmm.
that made me feel like just the only person in the world, but at the same time, I think knowing knowing, cuz it wouldn't be just a well, okay, bye. It would have to definitely be a situation where it's like I love you, but if this is to save the world and give it a chance to be better,
Yeah.
I unfortunately I would be willing to lose my one and only.
I just thought of this just so we're assuming that this is our person, like our spouse, right? And say you have kids. Now it's like your spouse
Yeah.
or your kids, because your kids is a part of the world, and this is because the prompt is saying you're one person that you love, and that's you're your spouse. That you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We, on another podcast that I was a part of, we had the conversation of postpartum, right?
Hmm.
So one of the things that came up too was, like during childbirth, there are situations where it could mean the mother or the child.
Hmm.
And like what would you do? Like if you were the spouse, what would you do? Would it be a situation where, say the mother can't isn't coherent enough and it had to come down to the spouse of saying, save the baby or save my significant other? Like that is a really tough question, right? So
Yeah.
you think you're hoping that you have this conversation with your significant other of, if it comes down to this, this is my hope for my child or for me. Like, this might sound horrible, but me having 2 kids, if I was to ever get pregnant again and had another one and it meant me or my child, I think I probably would choose me because I already
It's a
have 2 kids.
yeah, it's a tough thing, and like for me, obviously, I'm not going to be the one pregnant, obviously. So,
Right.
so if I'm talking to my spouse, my wife, it's just like you said, I mean, as hard and as bad as I hearing it in my own head, I am probably going to choose my wife, and as bad as it may seem, like when I say this, we could always try for another kid. And oh man, just saying it makes me hurt. You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's a really hard one because so many people are gonna be like, "Oh, hell no. I would wanna keep my wife." Like,
Yeah.
are you serious? Because like, the whole, like, deep into it as far as, like, hey, super deep. Where you're like, "Okay, well, but that's another life. You're
Yeah.
you're choosing to kill that life," but it's like,
Well, it's not
it's that
necessarily
balance.
most cases, it's not I mean, it's not an abortion. It's,
No, no,
something
no, no.
something to where the doctors are gonna try their best to, save both,
Say
but
both.
obviously, let's say one small example is, the mother's either going to lose all this blood or the baby's not going to have enough blood, and so they got to save one of them, right?
Right.
So, most and in most cases, the mothers are always going to want to save the baby. No matter, that's just the motherly instinct to protect their kid, right? Regardless if they're
Right.
halfway through the pregnancy or they're about to give birth or in during the birth process or like right before they go through everything. The doctors get they see something and so they bring it up. They're
Hmm.
like, oh, this is going to be a tough birth, so we're probably going to do a C-section or do something or an alternative way than natural birth.
Yeah.
And it's going to be tough, but when it comes down to it, and then the mother's going to be like, no, save the baby, save the baby. And then the husband's like, or the spouse is like, what? Wait, what? Wait, no, no, let's talk about this. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah. And it's hard too, because like there's some women that have come down with cancer
yeah,
and they're pregnant, and it's like go through the treatments and kill your child, or don't go through the treatments and hope that you make it through the entire pregnancy and then you end up dying in the process.
yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? So if they go through the process, you know, I think that's more of like you can see that the possibilities that there's no good to come out of it at all compared to if you don't go through the process. At least you gonna get through the pregnancy, and then I mean, sad to say, yeah, you do lose your life maybe a little quicker because you never went through the treatments for your cancer, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you go through the treatment and obviously the baby's gonna be gone because of the treatment affected it, whatever, and then the treatment doesn't work, now both of you are lost. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's hard, man. Like, like hard choices like this, especially, when it has to comes to our lives. Eh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we went so deep. I know, going back to the would you rather question, I know I think I talked with my wife on this one before. I told her I don't know, I'm sorry. Like I'm probably gonna have to save the world. And she's like, oh really? I'm like, come on, like if we really put ourselves in that situation, for a fact that you would tell me to save the world and she's okay. I'll be okay. She's gonna be okay. But save the rest of the world. You know what I mean? 'Cause-
Yeah.
and because it
Yeah.
because
It's
if it was me, I would tell her the same thing. I'd be like, don't worry about me. I'm at peace. I'm at peace knowing that you're gonna save the rest of the world, live your life, happy life, and especially if we had kids, it'd be like, take our kids, raise them, the way that we both would raise them, and
yeah.
sacrifice me.
Yeah. I'd be the same way.
Yeah, that was a deep one. So let's go to one more. Would you rather save the life of a single stranger or save the lives of 5 close family members when it comes down to it? So think of it
Ooh.
as in a car accident, right? Your family gets into a car accident and you just so happen to be there, and the car accident is with this stranger. And it's like, who do you go first? Because you can't choose both cars, you know what I mean? I don't know if that was a good
I
scenario,
think
but
I think instinctually in that scenario, I would be going to my family
yeah,
first.
for sure.
But the like logical hazardous like paramedic side of me, rescue side of me would weigh the options of what is a little bit safer, who is a little bit more able to survive whatever the crash was. Because I
Yeah,
mean, you could see that their car is not nearly as messed up, but the car with your family in it is like a serious hazard. There's flames everywhere and
yeah,
there's gas leaking, that kind of scenario.
yeah,
Because in that case, like you could be trying to go and save your family, but then in turn you end up getting exploded. Like
yeah.
like
I mean, yeah, you got a point there. Plus, at the same time, there's 5 of them, and compared to this one person in the other car, so it might be just faster. So check on the family first. That's our instinct, right? Make sure everything's good, and if nothing's leaking or nothing's on fire, or You know, I mean, unless a family member is impaled by something, but you know, make sure everything's good. And if you see that the other guy's like super easy, just forget him out real quick. And then, I mean, and then of course, I'm sure there's people around and be like, "Hey, get your butt over here and you know, help me out." You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in a situation where I actually was headed to an interview once,
Mm-hmm.
and I was sitting at this main busy intersection, and this big truck was just barreling through, and his light was red. He should have stopped, but he didn't, and he hit this small little Honda, big old jacked up, like huge truck, had a grill on it and everything, and he just T-boned him super hard. And I mean, I didn't think anything of him. I thought of everybody that was in the car, right? Because I heard a little kid screaming in the back.
Damn.
And so when I got out, I could see that the driver was not okay. And the little kid in the back was not in great condition, but wasn't horrible. But there was liquid coming out of the car, and the engine was smoking. And you know, I'm trying to talk to the kid but stay back because I don't know what's happening and stuff like that. And the guy jumps out of the truck and he's all disoriented and screaming and yelling, and I, you know, tried to calm him down while trying to calm the child down and try to see if the driver was still alive. He wasn't.
Damn.
And so had to try and get into the vehicle, but it was so hard because he hit it hard. So in that scenario, like I literally like looking at the vehicles, I didn't think anything of talking to the guy in the truck. Not at all.
Yeah.
Nope. I was worried about the driver and the little kid. And I couldn't do anything for the driver, but the kid we were able to get out just before actual flames started coming out of the hood of the car.
Damn.
It was crazy. And I didn't get to my interview. Well, I
mean,
did, but they refused to interview me.
why? Because you were late, huh?
Yeah. I even told them what was happening, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, what?"
Stupid. I don't know why.
Right?
I don't know why they do that. There's our answers. You know, it's all depending on. I know these would you rather's. It's either that one or that one, but I guess for the sake of the would you rather question, we would probably choose the family because
Yeah.
that's just our instinct. You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
like everybody in the world, instinctively, instinctively,
Instinctively.
it will choose their family. So there you have it, folks, for the would you rather section, and very deep for sure. Again, if you guys want to participate, go ahead and tell us your guys' answers and why, you know, in the comments. What's up, all you podcast lovers? I just want to take a break and tell you guys a little bit about Roots Global Entertainment. These guys are all about the streaming, gaming, and creating some awesome content that'll keep you entertained for hours on end. With roots in Hawaii, they've got a unique perspective on the world of entertainment that's sure to keep you engaged. And if you're looking for more ways to keep up with their latest releases, their latest posts, or whatever it may be, check out their website at rootsglobalentertainment.com. Whether you're into gaming, streaming, or just love content, great content, Roots Global Entertainment has got you covered. And let's get back to the podcast. We're gonna go move on into movies. Movies is very exciting to talk about because they are very debatable between friends, families, and you know, even just talking at the bar or whatever. Like, you know, movie comes out and you guys start talking, then you guys start going back and forth, like, no, this one was better. No, the all time was this one. You know what I mean? So I I'm a very sporty person. You know, I'm a very athletic person, and you know, I love everything that has to do with, I guess, you know, everything about sports. You know, not just playing the game, but the life lessons that we learn and how we connect it to, you know,
Yeah.
the skills and the techniques and stuff that we learn that we tied into, you know, the real life. You know, so whenever I watch sports movies, it's I don't know, it like connects me. Like I really like relate to it. So when we're talking about sports, so what is your favorite all-time sports movie?
Oh man, I don't honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you
Uh,
mine, and then you could like, oh yeah.
yeah.
So my favorite sports movie is. Let me do the dance for you guys. Ooh, ah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, ah, yeah,
Yay!
Remember the Titans, baby.
Oh my god. Dude, I haven't watched that in a long time.
That is
Honestly,
the
I think
greatest.
that would be probably one of my favorites because like you just can't help like when
You already knew. The moment I started doing it, you were like, bro, my favorite part is Petey Jones, running back. The running back, y'all. And everybody, that was the best scene ever. You know, they all lined up in the gym and they were telling each other, saying what their positions are, and then the big white boy starts running in. Oh, I'm late. I just heard football and I came running, and all the black guys are like, "What are you doing here, man?"
what?
I love that movie. That's probably my number one sports movie of all time. But there's so much
That's
good
a
ones.
really good one though.
There's so
There
much
are
good
a lot of
ones.
good ones, but that one, you just know, like the second somebody starts doing that, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I forgot I think her name is Cheryl, the coach's daughter, the white girl.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a daughter like that. So maybe not to that extent to where like she's so into the football and she's like telling the coach, "You're doing it wrong. You should run this play, run this play. Are you out of your mind?" Like calling the ref.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I would love to have a daughter like that, you know. Well, all of my kids or my future kids, right? That was like she was iconic in that movie. Denzel did awesome in that movie.
Oh,
Man,
amazing. Yeah.
I think if any other actor would play Denzel part, I don't think it would be the same.
No. Yeah. No, that was perfect casting.
That's like speaking of Denzel, that's kind of like most of his actually all of his movies. If it wasn't him playing that part, I don't think it would be the same.
Yeah.
Denzel's
Yeah, I would
really good.
agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
So you can't think of one?
No, I really can't.
All right, let's I
We got
mean,
kids, so we watch a lot of Disney and cartoons and
I feel that. I mean, I'll just name a few sports movies just for whoever's watching or listening. You got We Are Marshall, that was a great one based off a true
ooh,
story. Rudy is a good classic one. Mighty
Rudy.
Ducks, going back in the days.
Dude, back in the day.
Mighty Ducks, like those some really good ones.
That's a big throwback right there.
Yeah. I didn't even like hockey, and I still love that movie.
Right? I mean, I can enjoy some hockey, but not my first sport to go to.
Yeah, I always talk about sports movies, and now I'm going to blank now. Man, you're feeding off to me, man.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's move to another category. Let's go with you said Disney. Let's go with Disney.
My first and foremost all-time favorite Disney movie was Little Mermaid. It really was because I am such a water baby and I always wanted to be a mermaid.
Man, you say that, but you never watched the new Little Mermaid movie yet.
I haven't watched it yet. No.
I watched it. Frick, it was actually amazing.
Was it really?
It was. This was the first time that and no joke, this is literally the first time that, you know, I peek over to my wife from time to time and she is like grinning from ear to ear, giggling at some moments, like super excited during the movie. And I'm like, she really loves this movie. What the? And her whole thing was like, so I told this to my uncle and my cousins, and then she's like, you know why? Because Mulan is my favorite one, and they disappointed me with the live action Mulan. So Little Mermaid, this really like bumped it back up for me.
I did not like the live action Mulan, and I loved Mulan.
Yeah.
I know all the songs.
Let's get down. No, we're not going to do that right now. So
Let's get down to business.
for me, it's gonna be me. I'm just kidding. No, we're not talking music. All right, for me, the music. What the freak? The movie is probably. I know it's not Disney, but I think Pixar is Disney now. So for me, it's gonna be Finding Nemo. And if you guys know me,
A
that's you
good
guys
one.
know that that is my favorite movie.
Is a good one.
Yeah. Anemone.
And me.
I used to
I
know
touched the
the
butt. He touched the butt.
that's the that was the best part. That was the best
We
part.
say that all the time when we're playing, like especially S&D and COD. We're like, "Mom, I'm gonna go touch the butt."
And what is that comprehended to the bomb?
Bomb.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say. That's the butt. That's hilarious. And I used to remember the address like by heart, but I haven't seen it in so long that I forgot it. The P Sherman 2 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Oh, I think I got it. I think that was it.
You might be right. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, it might be. But what do you real quick before we go to one more genre and then we'll talk about the last subject. What do you think about the Finding Dory?
Finding Dory.
You never
What?
saw it?
No.
You didn't know that there was another like, a spin-off of the Finding Nemo?
No. Oh my god, fail over here.
Well, I thought it was good. I thought it could have been way better, but just like with every other movie when there's sequels, I don't think it lived up to the first one. And that's how I feel about any movie. Besides Deadpool. Deadpool's every sequels
Ugh.
was freaking amazing. It was freaking good.
Yes.
That's like rare occasion to where like the sequels were like really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the Fast and Furious series, like the first and the second, probably the third was like the best of all. And
They should have stopped.
I don't think so.
No, no, they should have stopped. I'm sorry. I will hold my ground on that one. There's just way too many.
I can't agree with you because that's like my favorite series, one of my favorite series of all time. I do admit that they started to go away with the actual racing and started to do like these storylines of and then coming back to life and then the love stories and then like everything and then it was getting too much and jumping off
Yeah.
buildings. I was like, bro, this is not racing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Hollywood, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But this Fast 10, I thought it was good. Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
You did?
I've watched all of them.
Well,
Even
okay.
though I think they should have stopped, I've watched them all.
I liked it, but I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you saw the ending. It was just like cut off in the middle
Yeah.
of a story. I'm like, what? No.
Yeah, but do you know how many shows they do that to us with too, though?
I hate
Like,
that. I hate that. Um.
worst thing ever.
All right, let's go to what do you want to do? You want to do romance or comedy, or I mean, rom com is a category too.
So I love 50, 51st Dates.
Ooh, that's a really good one. That's a rom com.
Freaking love that movie.
It's a touching love story, heartbreaking love story, really.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say. I mean, it is touching, but it is heartbreaking because it's like, damn, trying to make the person you love remember you every day. I mean, I get it. You love this person, so you would go, to the ends of earth to do that.
Right.
But for how long? You know what I mean?
I mean, if you are undoubtedly just devoted to that person, you would do it until the end of time.
Right. And of course, Adam Sandler and his comedy movies, it's hilarious.
I love them.
You know what I like about Adam Sandler movies, besides maybe a handful of them, maybe two, one or two or three of them. It rides the fine line of stupid funny, but not to where we're like, man, like why am I watching this? Like it's actually funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Because
get it.
I know some people are with like Will Ferrell. People don't like Will Ferrell or even I'll just stick to Will Ferrell. Some people don't like Will Ferrell because they just think it's plain dumb and they just can't watch it anymore.
Yeah, hit or a miss, you know?
Yeah. But with Adam Sandler, like I said, besides this, maybe Little Nicky, don't bash me. I didn't really like Little Nicky because I just thought it was
I
weird
ain't
and
bashing.
I thought it was weird and stuff. But for the most
I
part,
agree.
his movies are amazing. What's your favorite? Oh well, I guess it would be 51st Dates. I was gonna say, what's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
It would be.
I really like the two movies of Grown Ups. That one was really good.
Oh, those ones were good. I like those ones. Yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
ones are hilarious for sure.
You know,
Uh,
if you were to ask me like what my all-time favorite movie is out of everything,
what is it?
you're gonna laugh at me.
What is it?
It's an old movie. Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the rain. I'm not. I mean, I'm not laughing at you. I just, I can see why a lot of people would agree with you.
I loved that like they all literally were singers, dancers, actors, and like everything was done by them. Like even the tap dancing, like I was so fascinated with it as a kid because I was like, man, I want to do that one day. I want to sing, I want to dance, I want to act, I want to do all these things. Plus, the songs were catchy.
Yeah,
And
that's
I used to watch it with my parents and my grandparents. So,
that's how I was with sports movies when I was a little kid. I was like, oh, I want to be that player. I want to be that superstar. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I wouldn't even know what my all-time favorite, just all genres too. I'd probably say Remember the Titans. That's probably what it
Really?
is. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I love movies in general, and I'm a pretty. I wouldn't say I'm a like pretty like hard critic, but I'm reasonable. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Compared to like some critics, they just like they down every little small little detail, and then even like some people that they put reviews and stuff, they overlook some of the good stuff and they just only talk about the bad stuff. I'm like, well, at least I'm reasonable when I rate movies.
Right. Like when we were talking about Rotten Tomatoes
Mm-hmm.
before, like, I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Everybody has their own perspective, so don't trust Rotten Tomatoes like Kaleo over here.
Oh, and I'm a huge Pride and Prejudice fan.
I don't think I watched it.
Huge. Not just any version. It's got to be the A&E version.
Mhm.
Ugh. God. Mr. Darcy.
Are you are you a Godfather fan?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was gonna say a lot of people would say the number one movie of all time, no matter the genre, is Godfather.
I mean
Always.
it is top tier, but I wouldn't say it's like on the top of my list.
D number one. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, or Star Wars. Like what about those?
God, dude, I'm a nerd. I love Star Wars. I love Lord of the Rings. Like, yeah, no, like
Would they make it to like your top tier? Like there, one of them is maybe
Lord of the Rings would probably make it up there. Yeah,
cool.
Star Wars, depending on what time frame we're looking at as far as movies go.
I know the classic Star Wars is always going to be a classic.
Oh yeah,
But the our era, with now, I think they're doing a good job with the Star Wars movies.
yeah. The first Jurassic Park would definitely be up there for me because, like, I'm sorry for its time frame.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I love that you did a little T-Rex heart.
I had to do this to tease my brother because I know my brother's gonna watch this. Sorry, bro.
No, he's not.
Oh, my family's they're gonna crack up. I swear. 'Cause, I'll tell you off podcast why.
Okay.
It's an inside joke. Anyways, enough about movies. We're coming short on time. But I wanted to touch up on baby dolls. And the reason why I wanted to touch up on baby dolls because just like how your face reacted, that's how you're gonna react even more when I say this whole thing. So when
Uh-oh.
there's this whole thing, and I just found this out recently, and it's been going on for a little bit. There's this whole thing where they have those, life size baby dolls that look real, right? Have you seen those before, right? And it's
Yes.
scary.
They're creepy
They're
as
creepy. They're scary. It's just like what's that
yeah.
movie? Megan. Have you seen Megan?
Yeah.
Oh my, it was way too creepy. But anyways, so what was going around was there's a lot of people that are having these or going out and getting these thousands of dollars. They cost thousands of dollars now to get these life-size, real-life babies, and they actually treat it like an actual baby. And get this. Because they treat it like actual babies, they buy everything that you need for a baby. Strollers, baby formula, cradles, literally everything. Like it's an actual baby. I don't
Okay.
I don't understand that. And a lot of people was getting mad at the fact that these people are, buying baby food and baby formula and not like there's already a shortage on this baby formula. Like, why are you buying this when this plastic
Oh.
thing can't even inhale it or eat it? You know?
Yeah, that part, like, I mean, I can understand some maybe psychological aspect of somebody wanting to have that, but like to actually go as far as buying formula and food, like
Yeah.
that is not okay.
Yeah. They're like giving it life when it doesn't have life.
Yeah. No.
Wasting
No, no, no.
wasting resources, wasting money, you know what I mean? And taking away from real babies, real families that actually need it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no. No.
yeah.
I mean, dolls in general are just creepy as heck.
Yeah, for sure. They're like those old school like freaking classic dolls that they look
The ones where
lifelike,
the
but
eyes
yeah. Yeah, and then they're just sitting in a room like upright. I'm like, bro, my auntie has a lot of those, and I'm like, I
no.
can't, I can't.
when when I was a baby, we had this person that used to make porcelain dolls,
Ooh.
and they were like, "We want to turn Kaleo into a porcelain doll. She looks like a porcelain doll." And my parents were like, yeah,
No.
no, because I didn't like even as like a young kid, like I. Mm-mm. Stuffed animals were as far as I would go. Any kind of doll that was given to me, I'd freak out. Like, no,
No. I could do action figures. I can do these Funko Pops, but dolls, no.
Yeah,
No.
action figures and Funko Pops,
Yeah.
totally different.
Yeah.
Dolls, when they've got like those weird eyes,
Yeah.
like
I can't even do the could you do like the Barbie dolls? Because I mean those are not lifelike, but they have lifelike features. You know what I mean?
uh, fake ass features. I did have some Barbie dolls growing up because they were gifted to me for like birthday presents and stuff like that for my friends, where I'm like, oh, thanks, a Barbie doll. I'm totally not into Barbie dolls, but thank you. And like I got handed down like some of the old school Barbie dolls that like everything articulated, and they were kind of cool, but they still creeped me out.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Mm,
I just
no.
I don't know. It's like you were saying with the eyes, with dolls in general. I just those static eyes or even eyes that are moved, I can't do it. Can't do it.
The static eyes, or they're just like, or
Hey,
like
bro, yo, stop looking at me. Stop looking at me. Stop.
or the creepy where the eyes are all big and they're just like,
Yeah, like that smile that's like it looks
no,
genuine, but it's a scary smile.
right, exactly. Like, oh, you're gonna like come to life and stab me in my sleep.
Uh,
Like,
yeah, that's what's going on. It's been going on for a while with these baby dolls and these people, and
oof.
I seen a couple of videos of people are saying that like this is I'm trying to get ready for whenever we do want to have a real kid. This is what's gonna help me, da da da. So yeah, I don't mind buying all of this stuff for this baby. I'm like, bro, it's not a baby. So get out of your head. I understand that it can help you prepare, but you don't have to go that far. It's not real.
So in elementary school, I don't think they do this anymore, but in elementary school, I had to take a class that taught us about being a parent.
Mhm.
And everybody had to go a week having this mechanical baby, this computerized
Oh,
baby.
yeah. I remember.
Oh my God. That was so hard for me. But man, I tell you what, it definitely kept me pure for a long time.
Yeah. We
Because if you're
didn't.
just getting one that doesn't cry or doesn't do anything, that's not preparing you for shit at all. Like, okay, cool, I can pick up this floppy baby, but I'm sorry, even babies have a little bit more to them than just like,
Yeah.
like, no, and they're gonna scream, they're gonna cry, they're gonna giggle, they're gonna poop,
Yeah.
pee. These are not doing any of that. That's not preparing you for anything.
Yeah. They're gonna
It's
run
just a
away from
waste
you.
of money.
They're gonna crawl away from you. They're gonna hide from you. They're gonna, you know what I mean?
They're gonna try and roll off the table. They're gonna
Yeah.
try and do anything and everything they can to hurt themselves to
Yeah.
learn.
And then most importantly, they're gonna when you're changing them, they're gonna pee on your face.
Yeah, that too. Or when you're done burping them, you think that you're good to go, and then they just puke all over the front of you. Yeah, I do. My daughter did that. Oh, we were all done, and I'm all looking at her. I'm like, "Oh, hi, honey," and then just like projectile all in front of me, and it all pulled up right in my chest. And she like cocks back because she's puking so hard, and then as she comes forward, just slaps it, and that's when it went in my mouth, and I was like, no, nope, can't do it.
I went through a similar thing, but we were all boy private school. So I we didn't have no mechanical babies or whatever. So my teacher just gave us a bunch of small little rice bags, and he gave us like a set of diapers, and we would have to change it at least 3 times a day. That was, the closest that we could get to it because I think he got those rice bags and, implemented it into his lesson, from his own money because I don't think the school wanted to like go out and purchase these mechanical babies so they're expensive.
Yeah.
So I had a little experience of doing that, and that was pretty cool. Going to McDonald's after school and just having this bag of rice with a diaper on.
We did bags of sugar.
Sugar.
And yeah, ours was bags of sugar. And then you took a little like canvas bag
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you draw your baby's face on it. And you'd have to carry that around. We had to carry that around for a month.
Oh, really?
And the week where you had the actual mechanical baby, you didn't have to have your bag of sugar. But yeah.
Oh no, we
Yeah.
we just stuck to the bag. But no, we
Yeah.
we he didn't tell us. Our teacher didn't tell us to draw faces or anything. We just did it on our own.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It
What
was
was
so
your baby's name?
honestly, I don't remember, but I had a boy, and I drew it like like Charlie from Snoopy. Is it Charlie, right? Charlie Brown. Charlie
Yeah,
Brown.
yeah, Charlie
I,
Brown.
I just drew like lines, like 3 or 4 lines to make like boy hair. So,
Jeez.
and then one of my friends had like they drew like long hair for girls, and I think it was only like 3 or 4 of them that had girls. Everybody was like, "You want a girl? We're having a boy first." We were all boys, so we were like, "We're having a boy first. We have a son," And
I feel like most guys want to have a son first.
yeah, that's the majority. As I got older, though, now I want a daughter first. Actually,
I wanted a boy first. But I got my daughter first, then I got my son. Then I was done. So done.
maybe. I'm just kidding.
No. Dunzo.
Done. Speaking of done, we are coming to the end of this podcast, and we are actually over the time that we were supposed to be on this episode. It was only supposed to be no more than 30 minutes, but we're like 50 minutes in. but it's all good. This is, we like doing this type of things, where we dive deep into different topics or whatever. And, we didn't have a guest this week, but we are working on a few guests. Kaleo's got a few guests and she's reached out to. I got a few guests that I reached out to. But before we end the show, you got any words to say to the millions of viewers, Kaleo?
Million. So for me, like Supa said, I wasn't doing super hot last week. So the topic of talking about death today was very close to me. I lost somebody that was a mentor, and found a couple things from her that reminded me that even in death, there's just so much beauty, because seeing how much we can change somebody's life in a single smile or just a simple hello is amazing. So just remember to always, always be uniquely you. Don't ever forget how amazing it is to just be you and spread that love, that aloha. And I'm very proud of you for doing it.
Yes, sir. I love that. I love that. And since you have like always have a nice saying at the end, I figured I gotta stop just saying yes, bless her. Maybe, leave you guys with a few words of myself. And mom, I know you're laughing at me right now, so stop laughing. Anyways. No. So one thing that I always, tell people, whoever I meet, or friends and family that I'm always hanging out with or whatever, to always live by the golden rule. And that's what I try to live by my every day of my I was gonna say, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm like stuttering words, but the golden rule, I try to live by that every day of my life. And I really think that that simple golden rule, which is, treat others the way that you want to be treated, is really going to help the world, really. And if I could do my small part of doing that to anybody that I touch or I come in contact with, then that could have that, smiling effect. I like to say smiling effect because smiling is contagious. So when I say smiling effect, it means contagious effect of that, them doing the same thing that I just did to them. So yeah, there's my words.
Yes, blessa.
Yes, bless. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening in on the podcast on YouTube. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and notify on the Spotify. Go ahead and follow and rate the show. Without further ado, that is it for us, and we'll catch you guys next week.